Why does the black man serve the white man? Why does everything the black man do benefit the white man? Why does the black man say freedom is doing what I want to do? And why is it that everything he wants to do enriches the European?
Welcome to the desert of the real.
Is this Holip?
Yes, it is.
Peace, good brother. How you?
Peace, brother. How you doing?
Trying to calm down, but doing well.
Nah, don't calm down. We need to be angry. We need to be passionate. You know,
sir.
I'm thinking like somebody on my YouTube channel said, how come every time a black man dies, we talk about it? I'm like, so what, we not supposed to talk about it?
Right.
What, we just going to pretend it didn't happen?
Exactly.
You know?
It's going to go away.
But I wanted to ask the question and just make a few statements. How come there isn't any black on Scandinavian crime in the black community? Like, what about the black on Armenian crime in the black community? You think it might have something to do with the fact that there are no Armenians, there are no Scandinavians, it's just black folks?
Right. Indeed.
There is no black on black crime is not a thing, because if it was a real thing, then you would have to say there's Asian on Asian crime, there's white on white crime, there's Mexican on Mexican crime. And let's crunch the numbers. Approximately 44 million black people in America. Approximately. America has jailed the most people in a free country in the world. I think they say there's about 2 million people in jail in America. Out of those 2 million people, blacks are disproportionately arrested and convicted and sent to jail and prison. So last time I checked, it was about, and I'm subject to being corrected, but the last time I checked, it was about 800,000 black people in jail. So out of that 2 million, almost half is black.
Right.
Now they say that black folks are the most violent people in this country. That per capita, we commit more crime and most murder and homicides against each other. So let me ask you a question. If black people are killing each other to the tune of 96%, and there's 44 million black people in America, how many of us would be in jail?
Wow. Man, just about
See, this is a situation. This is a situation, brother, where am I going to say that black folks killing each other is not a problem? No, I won't say that. But if I have some flies in my apartment, do I go and get an AR-15 to kill them?
No.
It's called proportional problem. If you have a problem, you deal with it.
Right.
But the reason why all of this stuff is being the black on black crime, the homosexual agenda, the interracial relationships, the perms versus the weaves, the black man versus black woman, the feminist versus the MGTOWs or whatever. This is all distractions. These are all molehills blown up to be bigger than what they are, because what does it do? It keeps people from focusing on what the real issue is, and that's land, infrastructure, nationhood.
Indeed.
And there's another one that they do. This is another technique, and this is not an accident. You've probably been a victim of this too. People will try to take you, Minister DeWood, and make you synonymous with land, infrastructure, nationhood, or the BAIO, because if they can tear you down, then they can tear down the concept.
Yep.
It's not an accident.
Yep.
And you've seen it in motion with me. I mean, you know how it is with me.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
They want to attach me. They want to attack me personally, because if they can attack me personally and tie me to the concept of nationhood, then you tear down nationhood. I tell people all the time, and I made this point over and over again, I am not King Holip. I am subject to falling off just like everybody else. And if I do, guess what? Land, infrastructure, nationhood is still the solution to our problems. So this is bigger than me. It's bigger than you. It's bigger than any individual person. And this is the thing that angers them, because they don't know how to stop it. And they can't stop it. Because right now, nationhood is like a snowball rolling downhill, and people don't even realize it. This is the reason why I stay positive and I feel good about the future. I don't have this doom and gloom misery thing going on where everything is woe is me and black folks ain't crap and they ain't never going to do nothing. I don't sing that.
Right.
Because you just look and see what's going on. Colin Kaepernick started something, and he flushed a lot of coons out of the bushes.
No
if you notice. Flushed a lot of coons out the bushes. It's getting to the point, the environment is getting to the point now where Negroes are going to have to pick a side. If you notice, you're seeing the celebrities and the athletes, they're being forced to pick a side.
Yes,
do you want to stand with your people who's being murdered by the system, or do you want to stand by the system that's murdering them?
Right.
And it's going to be a real tough time for fence straddlers going into the future. I mean, just recently, I don't know if you've seen the thing that Roger had posted in the group. Brothers and sisters rolling up in the churches now.
Yep, I did.
You know, the chickens are coming home to roost. It's like there's nothing that we can do but except reap the benefits of everything that's happening, because all of these people that's been singing this song about how great America is, or how great we going to do here, and we can do it right here, and this is our land, and all this bullshit, they're being exposed on a daily basis.
Yes, sir.
And it's going to be a point, it's going to reach a point that it's going to get to critical mass where if you that type of Negro that's out here talking that stuff, it's going to be a bad place for you. I don't have to worry about that. You don't have to worry about that, because we're standing on the right side of history. Me and I was talking with my brother, and we were talking about the youth, and he said he's in full support of whatever the youth is doing, and I said I am too. And I don't feel that people that weren't there for the youth, see, you can talk to the youth, I can talk to the youth, my brother can, because we dealt with them.
Right.
But if you haven't been there, if you haven't seen things from their point of view, if you can't understand their anger, then what cultural critique can you possibly offer that has any validity or relevance?
None at all. The only thing you can do is try to shame them, which is what you keep trying to do.
Yeah, and you see how that works.
Yep.
You know, you sit up here, you was never there, you never stood up, you never gave them anything that they can take into the future, and now you want to question their tactics and their strategies. Let me tell you something. We went through our time, and we went through our way of dealing with this beast. Maybe their way of dealing with it is the better way. Who knows? But that's for them to determine.
Right. Yep.
Maybe they might yield some results. Who knows? But I know one thing, the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, expecting different results. Well, we tried everything else.
Indeed, brother.
We tried everything else. Let them try what they feel they need to try. And instead of sitting back critiquing it, support it. Because this is what you got to think. If you're having a hard time doing that, elders, so-called elders, let me tell you how you can do it. Realize that you didn't do shit. Realize that you left them with absolutely nothing. See, we had a support system. When we were coming up, there was a slave theater. There was this strong cultural conscious demographic. I won't say community because I just hate saying that. There was this demographic. There was this demographic that we can go to, and we had all of these teachers, all of these people with knowledge that was teaching us and that we can learn from. Where's that at now? What do they have? We had John Henry Clark, Dr. Ben, Alton Maddox, Khalid Muhammad, all of these different people, and what do they got? Steve Harvey?
Yeah.
Wendy Williams? You know, where's the outlet where they can go to learn something?
Indeed.
So, you know, I don't want to talk your ear off, but that's basically what I was thinking. It's like we have to understand the only way that you can communicate with the youth of today is you got to understand their pain. You got to understand why they do what they do, why they're frustrated. If you can't understand that and you want to talk etiquette, please get the hell out of here with that etiquette. Are you serious? Nobody has time for that bullshit.
Yo, I want to get your before we hang up here. I want to get your thoughts on the concept of preach what you practice, because that's the crux of what I've been saying. And I think that, you know, my teacher taught me this a long time ago, and I live by the credo. You know what I'm saying? Yes, I am a minister, and my job is to uplift, quote unquote, fallen humanity. But one thing I don't do is I don't be on the rostrum or even in person. You must not fornicate. You fornicating bastards are going to go to hell and some other stuff. I don't do that. I'm not a moralist.
Right.
I try my best, and that's not to say I don't practice morals, but what it is to say is that anything that I am doing myself, I talk about. What I am not doing, I don't talk about. There's a lot of, in the conscious community, preaching community, Muslim community, they say you have to enforce the law regardless if you live in it or not. To me, that erodes not only my credibility, but it erodes the credibility of the whole brand. So I talk about, and what my teacher taught me, was don't practice what you preach because it's too late. You have already said it, now you got to live it. But preach what you practice because that makes it easier for you. What do you think?
Exactly. I agree 1,000%. Because I tell people all the time, I always get put into the conscious man box. And the conscious man box is, you know, you're asexual, I guess. You have no sexuality attached to that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You like they automatically, you're not supposed to be paid. You know, you got to be broke to be in the conscious man. And it's just all of this stuff that people want to, because what it is that, and to a great degree, it's the conscious community's fault. I don't want to make it seem, I just don't want to put it all on the people to make it seem as if they do. When you paint yourself a certain way, when you paint yourself as super righteous and super pious when that ain't the real deal, you know, people look at it and say, well, you know, this is some bullshit. Like, I think, was I talking to, I think it was Dev I was speaking to about this. I loved the Million Man March. I loved it because of the people that were there. I believe that the brothers that all came there came with the right spirit, and they really wanted to see a change. But as much as I love the Million Man March, the Million Man March actually was the end of the conscious community. Because when people, like I said before, and I think it was on your show or mine, when you can take a $10 or $20 bill and pass it when the basket is 100 yards away, and that $100 makes it into that basket, and you see that everybody there is righteous and everybody's there trying to do the right thing and then the organizers who put the damn thing together only see what's in the basket. Then when it's all said and done, the people say, you know, this is some bullshit.
Exactly.
And that's exactly what they did. They rejected every time you come with that. And this is one of the hurdles that the BAIO has to get over. Because people they had their hearts broken. They went out with their true spirit, in the spirit of unity, in the spirit of moving forward and getting something done, and they ran right into another fucking hustle. And if there's going to be dire consequences for that. The universe is going to pay everybody who took advantage of the goodwill and the good spirit of the people. They are going to pay for that. It ain't even got to be us. The universe itself is going to pay them back in ways that we probably will never even know.
Mm-hmm.
Because that was a time where if there was ever going to be any type of mass movement towards something positive, that would have been it. It would have been the perfect stage to kickstart things off. But it was the perfect stage for the one-time gaffle them up.
Yep. the drive to McDonald's, like Ice Cube would say.
Yep. The one-time gaffle them up. And if that's what you can see all of the power and all of the love, and that's what you took out of it, oh, my God, I don't want to be you when that check gets cashed.